In today's episode, we're sculpting this, which means we're carving this into this. We'll show you how we do it, work some mad detailing magic, recap our sculpture, and dazzle you with breathtaking cinematics. Looking for top 5 entertainment for the next 40 minutes? Then park it right here and stick around. Hey, good morning, good day, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, City Sculptor, and you have made your way back to Pengasas Bay. Hey, it's a great day in the bay, and we're looking in on the subject of today's build, which is this area down in here called the Brackwater Basin. The Brackwater Basin, yeah, that's going to be this nice little collection of little isles down in here, and then also back in here. Most importantly, I have a big oil reserve sitting right down in here. You can see these little gravel roads. Those are typically my little keep out signs there. That means there's a nice big oil basin in there, and I'd like to develop that with a nice oil industry just sitting right back in there. Now, I'd like to put in some low-income housing kind of down along this little area here, down along the bridge here, and then I want to take this road here, this main road here, and have it hopscotch along on some of these islands, and then have it ultimately connect back over into here with Roughneck Isle. You can see this road here comes right along kind of the southern edge of Roughneck Isle, and I'd like to straighten that out, maybe peel it back out of that curve and have it come over across here, jumping across on some of these isles, and then connect back in. And the reason I wanted to do that is if you go all the way back to Roughneck Isle, which I think was like episode, I don't know, was it 3, maybe 4, somewhere way back in the day, this whole area is only serviced by this one interchange. And so the entire area is a massive cul-de-sac. And, I've learned a lot about the game since I started building this stuff a year ago. I think I'd like to ultimately come in here and maybe refresh this at some point. We also, as you see this big blank spot here, took out a big power plant when we were trying to cut our costs, after, some of the updates that we had. But, I think it's got it's kind of a funky look to it. I think we could do better at some point. Probably not today. But ultimately, like I said, I want to make sure that we have some connectivity here and make sure that this area is not completely cul-de-saced off, and that we do have some a couple different ways to get in and out. All right. Well, I just threw a lot at you guys. So with all that as a backdrop, let's do this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to buy some map tiles. I need to buy the tiles that are kind of right up along the edge of the map here, just so we can create this access back here and build this out. So let's jump down to our map tiles menu here and then slide back down into this corner. And let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess 5. Let's grab those 5 map tiles. Let's get that rolling. Now we've got access into this space here. Now I can just exit out of here. And you can see we can now take this road and wrap this down along here and have it come back into here. And now we've got access to build out all this area. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to start with that master road layout with this major road. So why don't you guys sit tight while I do that real quick. So now that we've got that big looping road in place, and I do like the way that kind of makes its way, all the way around the perimeter here, we can start building in the rest of our road network here. And what I'd like to do is come in here and let's just set aside the oil field, if you will, first. So let's turn on our, let's go over here and check out our natural resources. And you can see where that oil field is. It's this darker gray area kind of up and around in here. And, so let's come in here and just kind of smooth things out a little bit. Maybe grab this brush, increase our brush size, and just kind of give it a little bit of a softening, if you will, kind of around the edges here. Yeah, something like that. And then now I can come in with my gravel roads. Oops, let's clear these two out. And let's just turn off the snaps here. And let's once again turn on our natural resources. And I can kind of frame this up a little bit. So maybe I'll come out like so. Yeah, now you can kind of get a good idea of where that oil field is, and then how we're going to have to, get a thread of road through there. It'll probably come out of here somewhere. And anyway, I want to ultimately connect it over to this space here. But to do so, I've got this big water treatment plant that's sitting in the way. Now, I want to show you my water tab real quick, like here. You can see our sewage treatment is sitting at 2 million cubic meters per month, and that's a lot. We only are producing about 786,000 cubic meters, which also seems like a lot. So I think what we can do, let's just take this out here and see what happens. All right, let's just jump in here and take a look. What happened? All right, we're still processing 1.2 million cubic meters per month, and that's great. And a large part of that is because we put in the last episode, back over here in the port of Pengasas Bay, we did this big wastewater treatment plant right down here along the shoreline. And so I think we're in good shape now, at least, temporarily, until we can, put this road through here and really start things up a little bit. Maybe I'll put in a smaller one down here along the rail line. I don't know. We'll see. And then the next thing I need to do is I need to come in here and I need to disconnect this road here. So I want to come in here and go, yeah, like that. And then now I can come in here. Oh, let's take out this little decorative thing here in the front. And I'm going to come in with my, vegetation tool. Yeah, there you go. Turn up my brush strength all the way up to 100. Decrease the brush size. And then I just want to come in here and, kind of wipe the slate clean a little bit of some of this vegetation that's out front here. Just so we can come back in and make something a little bit out. First of all, we need to put a road in, then maybe make something that's a little bit more appropriate to that new road structure. Okay, so now you can see we've got a nice path that's cleared to get us up over the tracks, over the freeway, and then maybe back down into here somewhere. So let's build that out next. All right, I'm going to start right down over in here. I want to trim off this little road piece here. And the reason I want to do that is because, let's check out this here. I need to create a nice, kind of a nice gentle approach that comes along here, makes its way down into this area somewhere, and then scoots across this whole freeway and train kind of nonsense we got going on over there. And then let's just grab this level terrain tool, because I think that'll help us out. We start in here and just bring this elevation up a little bit. Yeah. And then I think I want to use that same elevation kind of in this area here. I'm hoping that here, let's just jump back over here and take a look at the natural resources again. Yeah, okay, so our road's going to have to come right along here somewhere. Something along like, maybe something like that. And then if that can curve and bend and come across the top over here, I think that'll work out just fine. So let's get our little elevation tool here, and get this, and run you right up here. And then I'll come back in here and just kind of chip away at that. And now let's see if we can put this road in here. I want this to come up. Let's see, down into there. So let's just do a slope that comes from here, makes its way up to there. And then we'll hopscotch across here. And now we should be able to come back down here and connect into this road here. Yeah, something like that. How does this look on this side? Well, it's a little steep going up that ridge. So let's just come in here and clear this out. Extend out that slope terrain. Yeah, that's going to be much better. And then I think we can come in here and put a little gentle curve in here. But I'm wondering, why does that? Oh, that's why. We didn't come back in here and terraform this, did we? So let's just come in like so. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. And I still think we can probably put in a small wastewater treatment plant down in there if we want to. And then this, I can actually turn into a curve as well. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, there we go. And now let's reconnect into this road over here. We'll do so by turning on our natural resources tab just to see where kind of a narrow connection might be coming right through here. Let's come out to there. And then let's go straight on into here. So let's just use this. and run all the way through. Yeah, I like that. I think that's probably good. All right, so now we've got the road in place. So I can get the game running now, and let's do that. We'll get the, we'll get this road out of here too, because I want to come back out here and build something that's going to be maybe a little bit more reflective of kind of the way they do grids in the Texas oil fields, which are kind of big rectangular, big long grids. Let's do that out in this space here. I want to play off of this grid line here, and I'm going to grab a gravel road here. I want to turn on my terrain. I just want to make sure that I'm not jumping too high up this hill here. Let's grab this and just run straight out in this direction here. And then from here, let's come out, let's see, how long is this? From here to here is 336, so about 160 or 168. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll come right out of here. Run that out as well. And then another, was it 168? Is that what we said? And you can see we're just trying to make a nice uniform grid that kind of makes its way out here. Now, of course, we're going to have to put up with the fact that we've got an uneven coastline, and we've got this tree line here as well that we're dealing with. But that being said, I think we have got the ability to just come in here and do something that's pretty sharp. And now let's take a look at our natural resources tab just to see where we're at here. Okay, I can do a small one down here, another one in here, another one in here, another one in here. Maybe a mock one there, and then 2 more in here, and I think we're all set. Yeah, I like that. And this should have a pretty cool looking pattern. Now let's grab our soften terrain tool, come back in here and just kind of tidy that up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And now we can put in our big oil fields. Now, where did we say we had those? Let's come in here with the natural resources. Okay. Let's put one in right down in here. So let's grab the oil drilling. Yeah, there you go. Now we can paint in the field. There, our first one's in place. Now let's do a couple more and fill the rest of this area in. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got all of our oil fields in place and all of the, the functioning ones. I'll probably drop in a couple of decorative ones, like one here, and maybe one along there too, just taking advantage of that new sand surfaces that we've got where we can kind of just fool the eye a little bit. All right, awesome. That looks great. Let's turn our attention to this space down over here next. Now, this is where I want to put in some, maybe some commercial down right into this corner here by the freeway, and then some low rent housing kind of down along in here. And before I do that, I'm going to need to take out this big power tower. I think this cable runs underneath the water here, back over to this other side. I think it runs over there too. So just sit tight for a second. Let me clear that out of the way. Yeah, there. With that out of the way, I can pop back in here and let's attach this. Can I go across here? Probably not. But let's get in here nice and tight to the freeway here. And then I'm going to jump that across the freeway. There, now we've restored power to this space down here, and we can turn our attention on just kind of doing some terraforming in here and building that out. See, I like that. It's a lot cleaner looking in there. That'll be nice. I'm going to grab a level terrain tool, just a level terrain tool, and I want to come in here and just tidy some things up. In fact, let's keep that little bump there. Maybe we might even accentuate that little bump there just a little bit. Yeah, like that. And then we can come in here and just kind of smooth things out right down along through here. Yeah, like that. I think that'll be really nice. Let's extend this road down now. I've got a little 2-lane road that's coming down through here. I want to make sure that I'm lined up with that really nicely. Bring this right out into this space here. And then let's come down in here with a little alley road. Just run that right down along. Here, let's turn this on. Let's have this run right down along this this little curve here. I'm going to turn off all of my snapping there. Yeah, like that. And then I can come back in here with a straight line, run just right straight along here, and maybe ultimately bring that back along over to here. So let's turn these back on, and then just run a little alley straight out from here. Yeah, that's probably good there. And then this could be a little shopping district right down in here. So let's just run this right straight down into there. Yeah, and with that in place, we can come back here now and just do a little light touch-up work there, and right down along there. And now we can thread in some alley roads that come down into here. And I think I'd like to have it kind of play off of what we've got going on here with this little. Let's turn on the terrain lines so you can kind of see just a little bit subtle terrain lines in there. So let's have this bend and curve right back to here. Maybe I'll bring this all the way back through there. And then I'll just come straight off of this one here at a 90-degree angle. Yeah, and now we've got a little space where we can build out, just a little bit of housing there. And wouldn't it be cool to just drop in like a little bridge that kind of runs right out of, maybe out of here? We'll just run an alley road bridge that comes across here. Can it go across? It can, and it'd be nice to have a little covered one. Although, this is going to be kind of cool just like it is. There we go. Little low-lying bridge there. And then I can come in here and start building out a little bit of road network over here. Yeah, something like that. Now I can drop in some low rent housing right into this space here. And I think I'd like to start with, well, before I do that, let's drop in the commercial. Let's get that started. We're going to do commercial zones, and I'm going to do North American style low density, just kind of tucked back down into this spot here. Let's grab a big one right here, maybe a 5x5, 6x6. Let's try that. Let's see if I can get a 6x6. 5x5 it is. Can't fight City Hall, right? Okay, so let's jump back down in here now and see if we can drop in some additional shops down along here. So let's go with a, let's do that. Then we'll drop in some little small ones down on this side, maybe 2x2s. And we'll let those fill in as the demand, comes back into play. Cool. Now let's come in on this side, and we can extend this little alley to come right straight out. Let's bring this right out here. I'm going to keep those build squares off. Just go straight out into that. And yeah, I think that should be good. Let's go with just a big low rent tower right in this corner here, maybe right in this spot right here, like a big 4x4 right there. And then let's do another big one right across the way, like a 6x6. Yeah, and these don't get very tall even when you do them large like this. So, maybe I could even drop another 6x6 right there. And we'll see if that fills in. Let's go, let's just kind of work our way down around here. We'll drop in some more commercial shops along here. Ooh, we need parking. Let's put in a nice big parking lot. Right. Let's go with medium size. Yeah, right in this corner probably. Let's put in an alley road. Come right off of here. And we'll come out and we'll bring that back down into there. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to upgrade this to a little one-way going this direction here. And then we'll drop in a bus station, a little bus bench, I guess, shelter, right down along this space here. There we go. And now we'll have bus access down into this space as well. Okay. All right, so that's going to start to fill in. It might take a little bit, but I think we're in good shape. While that's doing that, let's go over here and start working on the rest of our little road network that's going to wind its way down through this space here. So I think I'd like to come in here and connect this little piece now down, maybe right around after this curve. So somewhere right in here. Let's just take an alley road. And just jump right off of there. Yeah, something like that. And now we can bend this right down along into here. So let's just take this simple curve. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine. And then the idea that I have for this little area back here, let's smooth that out just a little bit. Yeah, okay. So the idea that I have for this little area back in here is to use a bunch of like little row homes, kind of the North American style houses, and some row homes in here. And I want it to look kind of like a little shanty town, if you will, if I can. So let's just jump right off of here. Just a nice straight road once again. Here, I just want to smooth that out. And let's take this road and just kind of come straight out of here. Something like, I don't know, maybe something like this. Yeah, something like that. That's fine. And then we can connect from here on up into there. Yeah. And then let's just grab some North American style row. Let's go to North American, row homes. And I just want to put like lots of little ones in here. Just little 3 deep. Yeah, something like that. And then I'll do the same thing across the street. And what that'll do is it'll kind of give us this little, I don't know, this kind of little sketchy looking neighborhood back down in here. You know, just not luxury living is basically what we're going for. We're looking for something that's going to be just a little bit more rugged, if you will. Maybe that road can nudge south or closer to me here just a little bit. And there we go. And then we'll put a bunch of those in there. Now, of course, that's going to take a while to fill in because our demand meter, as you can see, has really dipped. But that being said, I can drop in some low density housing in there too. And I just want to go with the standard North American style low density houses. And they don't have to be big. In fact, I think I'd prefer them to be small. Let's come in here. Whoops. Let's go here. And we'll just do every other one here for a little bit. Just kind of build that in all the way down along this space here. All right. This I think I want to elevate a little bit more just to kind of give it just a couple little pops of height. And that can be just like a nice little, just like a little vegetation area here, just a little sanctuary with some, you know, some shrubs and trees and that sort of thing right back through here. Yeah. We'll tidy that up in the detailing time lapse here. But then I think what we can do is we could probably even take a couple little roads and spring off and create a couple little small little hopscotch bridges down along this area here and do the same sort of a treatment here. So if I take this road, well, before I do that, let's grab an elevation that is here, increase our brush size, and then have that right across over to there. And then I'll just snake a little road down in here. Yeah, and the purpose of that is then just to come in with some of these little North American row homes, little tiny ones. Just put 3 of them in there, maybe 3 of them in there, a couple 2 here. Just dot those in all the way down along this little road here. Just so it has, again, this little, I don't know, kind of cul-de-sac, little fishing village almost look to it, down out here in the middle of nowhere. All right, cool. You can see our demand meters are pretty low. So let's come back in here and start filling in some more commercial down in this space. Ooh, all right. Streamlined diner, classic American style diner building when you want some nostalgia. Okay, that's cool. Didn't even know we were so close to unlocking that. That's super cool. All right, well, we'll have to find a place for that. Actually, this might be a good area for it. Just kind of down in this area, it has kind of an old retro feel to it. Very nice. Cool. All right, we'll just continue to paint in here. Yeah, there we go. And in fact, I probably could even come along this side here and drop in some more small shops, but you get the idea. Oh, and these towers are starting to fill in nicely. I like that. All right, let's come back over here and just keep painting in some of this low density North American residential as well. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, and now these are starting to fill in down here too, which is, again, kind of that look that we're going for. We can drop in some more of the low rent towers now. I think we've got the ability to do that because things are starting to populate in here pretty well. So let's do a little 4x4 there. Maybe do a series of, let's go 3x3 in there. And then let's do another 3x3 here, 3x3 there. And then we can come on this side here. Let's do some 4x4 here. And then we can come in and do maybe 2x2. 2x2. And you can see our residential demand meters now are completely exhausted. And we can drop in some more commercial now, just down here along this road here. There we go. Now it's starting to fill in quite a bit. And I think we'll start to get some more activity. Now, let's do this. We've got a nice demand for industrial. And I think I can come in here now and add a couple of industrial assets. I mentioned as I was building out the, kind of this oil field that I'd like to see a couple of faux oil fields down in here and here perhaps. And then, of course, up in this space here. So let's do this. Let's come out here. I have to remember how long was this road here. This was 168 meters going out. So let's see if we can come up 168 meters from this area here. Okay, and then we'll come across to say here, come back down and in. And we can bring this out to, let's just say here, and slant that back down into here. Yeah, and now I can build out some industrial, kind of down in these spaces here. And I think what I'd like to see is something that comes out like so, and then down into here. And then I can put like a big industrial manufacturing facility in here. It's like a big 6x6 like that. Yeah, that'll be cool. And then let's come back in here and do a few other things down in this space here, because I want there to be some smokestacks and just kind of, a bit of a gritty, grungy feel, if you will, out in this space. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I think that's, it's going to be kind of a little bit more loose, if you will, just in terms of the way that it's built out. So let's come out like this. And then now I can drop in another 6x6 here. And then maybe one down here, 6x6. And then let's do something in this corner here. What is that, 5x5? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, something like that. And then maybe a couple down along this edge here. Maybe there's one down in this corner here. That's a 5x5 as well. Yeah. And we could probably bring in like another. Let's come out here. It's like a big 6x6, and then down here in this final corner down here, let's do another 6x6. And in doing so, allow me to come in here with some sand textures and kind of fill in around this here, and maybe do some props, some of the industrial props and so forth, just to kind of make this look like it's an expansion or an extension, if you will, of this oil producing area down here. In fact, look at this. We could probably drop one of those 6x6 buildings right down here along the waterfront. And just drop in some sand down around it. And then I can take a similar approach back into here. And you can see we still have a pretty good size industrial demand down in this space. So let's grab a little gravel road. I'm having fun doing this now. Let's come out of here, maybe down to this point. Now let's pull back to here and then come across. And then we can thread back down in. And now I can just kind of meander through here and drop in a few big 6x6s here, maybe one here. Yeah. And then maybe I'll drop in like a little 5x5 in there. Yeah, I think this is going to be kind of a cool look down in here. Maybe I'll even put in one big one back in here. And And once again, the idea is let's try and fill it in with some smokestacks and, some good industry in here. But spread it out a little bit so that you can tell you're up against the city boundary here, that maybe things are kind of starting to peter out a little bit. Now we've got the opportunity to come back down in here maybe and let's see. Oh, wow, this is really starting to fill up down here. Ah, that's good news. That's really cool. Should we put a roundabout in there? What do you think? Like a big industrial roundabout? Let's just see if a great big, very large one. Oh, it will. It'll just fit in there. Let's do that. Put a big roundabout right in there. Yeah, that'll be pretty sharp. And you can see now this was the look I was going for here. Just kind of these little North American style row homes just kind of making their way through here. Again, our demand meters are pretty low. We could drop in some more commercial down in this space too. Maybe kind of right down in this little curve would be a good spot for some commercial. Let's do that. I'm going to grab this alley road here and I want to connect right straight down. I'm going to turn this off. Just cut right through there like that. There. Now let's make this little area just a little commercial shopping district. And nothing fancy, that's for sure. It's just going to be a variety of little, maybe a little mix. Let's bring in both. I wish you could kind of have it random paint. That would be kind of neat, huh? Let's do a big North American corner shop here, like that. Let's do a couple of European ones here, like a 4x4 there. Ooh, we got another special. Look at this. Muscle Car Garage. Cool and special cars sold, bought, and repaired right here. Oh, that's cool too. Let's jump in and take a look at some of those signature buildings that we've unlocked. Let's see. What did we just do? We just did Muscle Car Garage. Where was that? Commercial structure. Ooh, we have Villa City too. Look at that. Muscle Car Garage. Cool and special cars. -1 import cost citywise. Nice. +1 attractiveness. +3 well-being. All right. And then the other one was the diner. Streamlined diner. Same sort of impact there. What is this? Oh, Folies Bergère. That's right. We had. Wow, that's pretty cool. +10 entertainment citywide. Yeah, this is really neat. Well, probably won't work those in down in this space. Although the Muscle Car Garage, that's kind of cool. Ooh, it's big too. All right. Well, at least now we know we've got them. That's great. Okay, so let's take low density EU business. Let's go another 4x4 there. Yeah, I think that'll work out just fine. And let's just see if we can squeeze in. I don't know if we'll be able to, like a little modest parking lot. Oh, it does. It just barely fits in there. Yeah, you need someplace to park, right? Okay, cool. That's starting to take shape now. And then what did we have back here? Is there a road that I can sneak back in there? Maybe just a little alley road that tucks its way back through here. What happens if I do this? Is it going to break my... Oh, it didn't. Let's do that then. Okay, so let's come back in here with some more North American style houses. Just the regular North American style. We'll just come in here and go 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Okay, well, let's just go 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3 there. You get the idea. Hopefully this will fill in as time moves on. Yeah, okay. What do we need now? Oh, we need more commercial. Look at the commercial. The demand for commercial is just huge. And then we can drop in some more industrial. Oh, that's what I wanted to do now. So you can see this is kind of starting to fill in. This is the look that I'm kind of going for here. Just a couple little pieces here and there. And then what I ultimately would want to do is come in with some sand texturing. So let's just sample do one of those real quick. Let's pick some surfaces here. Sand surface 01. And then I'm going to come right off of the corner here. Bring that all the way down to here. There, something like that. So you can see this big, wide open sand lot kind of area here now with some buildings that they're just doing some manufacturing out here. And I could probably add a few more kind of tight into this area here. And then as I just get out into this space here, maybe I'll extend this out here and spread it out even further. So you'll have some industry back in this space, but it'll look like it's just kind of starting to fade out as you get to the freeway space there. It's all in support, if you will, of this oil industry that's in here. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can drop in a couple more of these little shantytown islands in here quick too. Maybe this makes its way across over here. So let's take a look here what we've got. In fact, it would be even cool if we dropped in a gravel road and had it sneak along here. So let's turn this to this, turn this off. Just want to grab this little intersection here and make my way out. Yeah, something like that. Just this little windy gravel road. And then I can come out here with my little North American row homes. Just drop a couple more in there. 1, 2, 3. And once again, the idea is just to kind of create this little, I don't know, almost depressed economically area that's down in this space here with these just kind of rambly little row homes that are down there. And then we can come out here and kind of shabify them. Is that a word? Shabify? Make it look a little shabby and so forth. So, all right. Well, there you go. Well, this feels like it's a really good place for us to jump into a beautification time lapse. Now, we've got a couple things that we need to do. We need to let these demand meters play out as well. You can see our population is starting to head in the right direction. I think we had gotten all the way down to 123,000. And now with the addition of all the affordable housing that we've put in down in here, I think that's going to continue to creep northward. And then, as some of these demand meters recover, then I can come back in and drop in some additional low rent housing and so forth. I think that was one of the keys that we needed throughout our city. You can see budget-wise, we're currently trending to plus $270,000 an hour, so we still have plenty of money. And, I'll just continue to flesh this out. I want to expand that space up into this top corner here, just extending the reach, if you will, the sprawl of our industrial area out here. I'll drop in some more stuff along here as well. I might come back in here and just kind of tidy this up and densify our commercial back in this space. And I think I might even take this parking lot and flip-flop it with our little bus loop here, just to create something that's going to be a little bit more, organic and naturally fit into the space. And then maybe I'll drop in some shops that are kind of down along the outside of this too, just to kind of create this, kind of rusty, rugged kind of look about the area. So, all right, well, why don't you guys just sit back, relax, enjoy the time lapse, and we'll catch you here afterwards so we can recap our sculpture. right, welcome back, and I give you the all-new, or maybe it's all-old, Brackwater Basin. That was the subject of today's build, and I really do love the way that this one turned out. This is a really unique, interesting build for us in the Pengasas Bay Area, because it's not a real elegant build, and this is something a little different. All right, let's just dive right on in, because there's a lot to talk about. We've got this oil field that we set up right off the bat, and as you recall, I wanted to create the standard grid pattern, and that for the most part manifested through this grid network here. I came along and I added some extended surfaces, those sand surfaces, and I brought those out around the edges and so forth, just to create more of a little bit less geometric kind of a look and feel to it. You can see there's lots of elegant little curves and stuff that meander and wind their way around there. And so when you look at it from up above, it's just more of a blotch, a patch, if you will, as opposed to being this perfect geometric area. I worked in a couple of different sand textures in here. This is a different sand texture, although it looks like asphalt. It is sand texture number 2. And then, woven throughout those, we added a bunch of larger industrial buildings. And so I think the build, this whole area comes together as one big cohesive unit. It has a lot of connectivity in terms of just the look and the feel. It kind of all works together. Now I added a lot of different little, some props and so forth down here along the area, some storage tanks and some additional smokestacks. And so in some ways it's kind of tough to tell which is the industry buildings and which are some of the props, but that's okay. That's by design. All right. Let's jump over and take a look at our little commercial district. It's a small little commercial district over here, but you can see I've got these shops that are right along the main street as you make your way into the neighborhood. And then tucked in behind it, you can see there are some that are sitting up on this rise as well. And it's a hodgepodge of various different stores and shops that are all the way, making their way all the way through this area, but enough to serve both the local, residents and also all of the local workers that are going to be in the area. And I dropped in a firehouse back in here because the area needed it. In addition, I also dropped in an elementary school because I wanted to make sure that we drew enough residents to come in here and live in the space. We've got a lot of low rent towers, which I thought would be really reflective of the kind of worker that might need to be down in this area. Just looking for maybe a little better deal. Now we'll make our way along this little windy road, and you can see I dropped in some additional props down along that windy road and some more of those sand textures and even a little sand walk-through there that you can get through. And this very basic salt box row home, North American style, if you will, in this place. And I wanted it to be very modest housing in this area. In fact, you can see even the North American, low density residential homes are very modest in their nature, just sideways, side sloped roof and whatnot. Nothing too super fancy or elegant in this area. And then we created this little series of little islands that are out here in the water, and on each of those you can see I've got some additional row homes that are down in there. Again, this modest home look out here in this space. And then this was the one that I really liked too. I've got a gravel road that runs out here, and you can see people are walking up and down the gravel road, probably to get in to do some shopping or doing some work. And again, just lots of plants and stone and basic row type homes in there. I did drop in a little playground though for the kiddos. And then just making my way just further along the water here, I've got that curved road that leads all the way back over here to Roughneck Isle. So we've got connectivity now into Roughneck Isle from this side, as well as the main interchange that we had set up early on. And then one more thing to call out. It's our top 5 design element. Yeah, that's this area right down in here. And it's our old abandoned wood pulp mill. Yeah, you can see we've got these props that are in here with a bunch of wood chips that are in those big bins and canisters. All these various silos and so forth. And what I envisioned was that maybe this was an old wood mill that's just is not needed anymore and has been kind of given up and left and abandoned, and there's lots of junk and garbage and barrels and spools and rocks and debris and old junked out cars and so forth. You can see there was maybe the loading area that came in there and these silos and so forth. And, it's just sitting next to the residential area. It just hasn't been reclaimed or redeveloped yet, but it's got certain promise. If this area ever kind of cleaned up its act, well, this would be a nice piece of real estate to have right down along the waterfront there. The old abandoned wood pulp mill. All right.
that's going to wrap up today's episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one as much as I enjoyed making it. This was a lot of fun. It was a very different, different look and feel, very, different from our normal Pengasas Bay build. It didn't feature beauty and elegance, but really functionality and kind of this gritty part of town. I like it. Now, just as a reminder, this channel is nothing without you guys, the wonderful viewers. So if you saw something that you liked today, please be sure to leave us a comment below. I really love hearing from you, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm to distribute our content to a much wider audience. A big shout out and thank you to all of our members, both here and over on our Patreon site. Your generosity is much appreciated. And also, while you're at it, make sure to chip away at that like button and hammer that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the happenings here in Pengasas Bay and our Grand Vinalica series as well. Now stick around for the cinematics. They're always a treat. With that, I'm going to bid you guys a fond farewell. And until next time, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.